Minted Cosmetics, and now Amicole. What do those three have in common? Three Black-owned, women-owned brands, beauty brands that were innovative, that were inclusive, that were affordable, and that were specifically made for Black and brown women in mind, that are now no longer available in major retailers, or as of today, finding out that will no longer be in business.
It's official. The Black beauty industry is going downhill.
Everybody needs some company.
Well, it feels like it's going downhill because what we just discovered these past week, our girl Cole is closing down her beauty business. She's been doing this for several years. If you don't know who Cole is, she is a beauty, I would say, mogul who had her beauty collection Cole. It was definitely a diverse beauty products that she had, foundation, you name it, makeup line, that was well overdue needed in this beauty industry. Rihanna can't do it all alone, but she put her blood, sweat, and tears into her makeup line. Also, it was good for oily, sensitive skin as well. So it was a skin product within the foundation. I got a couple of things, like I got lip gloss. I never got in the foundation because it was always sold out, because so many people, especially like myself as a dark-skinned woman, it was hard to get our foundation, especially because it was in Sephora, and I don't live near Sephora, so it's have to come like on weekends, and weekends I am totally booked or don't have the money. I'm being transparent. But so she did an interview with The Cut, and she basically is saying, why am I closing Cole? It said, that's the title, and she said, my beauty brand offered Black women shades that they could not find. And that is definitely true. When Rihanna came and just took the beauty industry by storm, everybody from my shade, because we were doing undertone, but darker skinned women of color ran to Rihanna, and it was like a Hunger Games trying to get our shade. So we needed other Black owned companies that know our skin. We needed that representation so we could go ahead and have other option if my girl Rihanna is sold out. It was basically like a business partnership without even knowing it was a business partnership. So she go on to say about the reason why. So first of all, before we even get the gist of why she is closing, let's just do a history of this wonderful woman of color. Okay, so they described her as the height of Gloucester. She was recruited to join a product development team. The job wove decades together by decades of experience in social media marketing, by dedication to figure out the complexity of what made special formulas work. So I know I think she worked at MAC, and basically she was a person that worked her way up into getting to a job where she did product development, and basically being a stepstone to women of color, darker skinned women, to really give like the understanding of like type of shades. Now I could contest that I was the girly in high school that loved makeup, and I could assure you they only had, before Rihanna, 2 shades for darker skinned women. I could assure you that. I was there. So what other these different brands that now want to join the bandwagon, baby, I'm not supporting y'all, because y'all never wanted us, and y'all never was looking for us from the beginning. Just saying. But she go on to say that she was working on her working her way up, doing different things. In 2019, she found an answer in putting together ideas for a business that will become Cole. So basically, when she's working her way up, she decided, hey, I could try to come into the beauty industry to represent what I know all my life. So in 2019, she did that. She began with surveys at least 400 women on their beauty ritual, products, favorites, and missing pieces in varied routines. The response was varied, painted a easy picture of what I needed to do. They said their complexions and self-image needed the formulas and vision I had to offer. So her first big outing was a conference. Once she started her brand, which she wore a pink suit in Vegas heat. She went to tell people her vision, and she afterwards posts my progression on Instagram. I received emails from fancy investors who later invest in likes of Kim Kardashian and Gwyneth Paltrow. So when she went to this networking event in Las Vegas, they was really impressed with her products that she had came up with, and so she was getting email from, like she said, big investors who later invest in Kim Kardashian and Gwyneth Paltrow. She said she went to Flatiron HQ with the concept that the business plan and label sample formulas, the 3D render of the packaging, the brand guidebook, the organization chart, and the breakdown of the list of funds needed to bring this concept to life. This is great. This is exactly what the industry needed. She said, I went home on a high only to be ghost. No emails, no feedback, no next step. Weeks later, I finally received a response from the investor. It's hard to think this could be a success given the niche audience. She called my vision more exclusive shade, non-descriptive. Basically, it was too black. In other words, I'm just saying, this was in 2019. I'm just saying, like I said, when y'all think about these other brands, think about these brands before Rihanna, Fenty. All I could think about is CoverGirl, but no one else, or probably Black Radiance, but we have specifically had to go to these black owned business like I forgot what it was. I know it was in Dillard's. Oh, Fashion Fair. Different ones that was in Dillard's, but it wasn't in Sephora or Ulta, L'Oreal. You had to like go to drugstores to get products, and sometimes the shade did not match well. I mean, I did for a long time. When I started my makeup journey, I never wore foundation. I only wore eyeshadow. I never wore foundation. I never wore nothing on my face because like they didn't have shades for me to pick out of. I either looked too ghostly or too dark, and they never looked at my undertones at all to see what looks right on me so I won't look crazy. And I could contest to that. You remember when that investor basically told her that her exclusive shades was non-descripted? So in 2020, unfortunately, the world witnessed George Floyd murder, rose up in sadness and protesting. So if y'all remember Black Lives Matter, everybody in the uproar of what happened to George Floyd. So let's be honest with you, they was checking for black owned businesses because they felt so bad with George Floyd. Let's just call it like it is. So they gave the opportunity. They gave her, within months, she said, I became one of the 30 black women to raise over $1 million for her startup. By this unfortunate incident that happened, people started wanting to invest in black owned businesses, and she was one of the 30 women started and gave $1 million. Those people gave her a chance to start her beauty line. So after she invests and people invest in her, she started the ball rolling. Okay, she started making her products. She's posting it on social media. She said the Instagram DMs, comments, text messages were flooding. One stranger, another woman that she talked to online about beauty over the years, now thinking of it, wrote, "I am buying every single thing because this brand is me." And when I tell y'all, definitely it was made for us, by us, because y'all remember FUBU, for us, by us. Like, this was the brand. Like, it was made by us and it's for us. It was definitely a breath of fresh air. It was like another Rihanna moment that was just so inspiring. Someone who, like I said, born loving makeup and not seeing the representation of me was hard. But when, Rihanna came, then Cole came, and it was like different options, because when you go to Sephora and Ulta, you see different options for other women, but not particularly for Black women. We don't have too many options. We have to like blend in, and we have to make things work. When it comes to the beauty industry, we always trying to make things work because they feel like it's so complicated to make stuff for us. So Amber Cole was a breath of fresh air. Cole was living the life. She got 80 awards for her liquid tints. She was on Oprah's favorite things list. If you not know, that's Oprah favorite things list. And she had all of the inspiring people like Nita Long, Kelly Rowland, Mindy, Hailey Bieber, and Martha Stewart wanting to know more about her products and supporting her products. And it was on here, it's like it's overwhelming. So after that, she went to Sephora in 2022, and it started with 270 doors in buildings to 600 nationwide within 16 months of the launch of the brand. That is huge for someone that started from the ground up. This is huge for someone that's not already a celebrity. She's someone that just started her way and working her way, put her blood, sweat, and tears into her business. And for her to get a Sephora deal and for them to open into different stores like that, meaning different stores like that, is very much trailblazing for a Black woman, really. Okay, she said, "I wanted to make the most of the opportunities, so I invest heavily in marketing and prayed, but I couldn't compete with deep pockets of corporate brands. At retail stores, prime shelf space comes at a price, and we couldn't afford it. As we tried to grow our sales waver, we made operational decisions that felt necessary at the time, like scaling up production to meet potential demand without truly knowing how the market would respond. One week we'll completely sell out because a influencer mentioned us. The next we'll be stuck with majority of the products." So she's competing with big brands, corporate brands like what it is, Born to Be Wild, Too Faced, Anastasia Beverly Hills, NARS, which is big, and different other brands, Max, who knows. One thing that people need to know when it comes to business, you would love to see your products in stores, but let me know, when you go to the top gets harder because you have to continue. When you become more successful, it gets more harder. It's all about how bad do you want it. So all my business owners out there, let you know that it does take blood, sweat, and tears. It takes consistency, it takes guts, it takes passion, it takes obsession. Because if you know that you meant to do something, you will do it, and you'll do 100%. It doesn't matter how broke you get, how stressed you get. All you have to do is worry about the end result, and that's what she did. Just to meet the high demands, she said one week she'll be completely sold out because an influencer mentioned her, the brand, and the next we'll be stuck with inventory inventory that they could not move because, like they say, with business, it fluctuate. You will have a $20,000 month. One month you'll just get $1,000 month, and you have a $20,000 budget because you made $20,000, but the sales for the next month could be 1,000. So a lot of people don't really know about that side of entrepreneurship. They just see the glory on social media, but you have to see the dark side, because everything is a dark side. It's all about how bad you want it. So after 2020, people wanted to invest in black owned business. She meant to say that she was trying to meet the needs of her loyal fan base, but some investors had an attitude with her towards equity and being exclusive. Like, they was mad because majority of her line was for women of color, darker skin shade. So here we go. Back in 2019, people didn't want to invest in her because she was too exclusive for certain people, certain black people. And it's like, well, how dare you do a business for black people? And it's like, come on, really? So she said, almost 6 years after Ann Cole first lived in my head, 4 years after we officially launched, the world feels upside down. We got this president, climbing tariffs, and marketing costs that are brutal for small brands like mine. And while my story isn't unique, it still hurts to watch the industry preach exclusivity. Let's put that out there, while remaining so unforgiving. Let's be honest with you. What I told y'all from the beginning of this video, I remember they was not checking for dark-skinned women before Rihanna came. And I will put that. Only CoverGirl, and sometimes CoverGirl, and CoverGirl was actually looked over, but the bigger brands was not checking for us. They was like, oh, we're just one bottle. But when they saw Rihanna become an instant billionaire, that's when they wanted to invest in us. That's why today I have not went to those brands. F y'all. Because y'all didn't care about me. So if y'all don't care about me, y'all don't care about my coins, and my coins is black. So I feel so bad for Ann Cole. And my dream, and it still is to be in the beauty industry and, you know, have things for women like me. It's not bad for us to be exclusive. I mean, the beauty industry been exclusive since I was born. It's been exclusive since the beginning of time. So when you tell it to a black woman, it's like, y'all been exclusive for many of years. Y'all never wanted to make products for us. Let's be honest. Y'all never wanted to make products for us. Y'all feel like we should not have nothing just for us. And it's sickening because the beauty industry, I feel like everybody could eat. Everybody needs something. I always tell people, when it comes to your business, don't look at other people, because your brand could be different from somebody else. And we need some type of representation. We need options. Can I just have an option? Why I have to go through Hunger Games to get something that was supposed to be made for me? Something that, because I want to feel beautiful. Why I have to go through hoops and trials and tribulations to get something that makes me feel happy and makes me feel beautiful? And it's unfortunate that this woman was trying to do that, and you have the beauty industry, the vultures, the investors piggyback and just didn't want to invest in this black beauty. And it's their loss, because oh my gosh, if they would have like just believed in her and invest in her and did what they, like, you know, what's right, instead of being racist, because I'll call it what it is, this could have been a bigger brand. It would have definitely wouldn't have been up there with Rihanna, with NARS. It could have definitely been on for years. We could have had this just like CoverGirl and L'Oreal been out for years. This could have been the exact same thing, but of course you have people that are haters, but black people, we still rise to the occasion. So she mentioned in this article that this is not the last time you will see her. Very good. She's gonna come back bigger and stronger. I just want to view my point as a beauty content creator, someone, like I said, if you've seen the pictures that I'm going to show you, I've been loving makeup since I stole my sister eyeshadow and went to school. I used to be bullied. I used to been bullied, and my 8th grade year, I didn't want to be in this world. I really didn't. I just felt so down and depressed. Like, it was the worst time ever. Being bullied for being dark skinned, getting in situations that I did not want to be in. And I hated, dreading going to school. Just, like I said, being on this earth. When you grow up to be pretty for a black girl, have that, or you're pretty for a chocolate girl, it gets to you, and it's low self-esteem that I still deal with today. But when I went to high school and I seen the other girls that was like kind of like my complexion, and I seen them with eyeshadow, and I seen the attention that they was getting, I went that day and I stole my sister eyeshadow, and I put eyeshadow on. And I remember getting ready for school the next day and putting eyeshadow on, and I gotten so many compliments. I felt good about myself. From that day on, I fell in love with makeup. I really, really did. I fell in love with the idea of enhancing your beauty, being different, being recognized. So when I seen brands that was made with like for black women, I automatically paid for it, because I'm like, I know that they made this for me. I know that they put their heart, their soul into it, because they were the black woman. You're pretty for a black girl, you're pretty for this, and always getting compared to another woman that's not black and not being seen. So this is very heartbreaking to me, because they definitely have a spot for her, and we need that representation. We needed that, and it's very much upsetting. It's very much upsetting, because we always adapt. We always have to put our big girl panties on, or we always have to turn the other cheek. I'm getting tired of that. I really am. I'm getting tired of us not being seen, but being blueprinted of. Like, everything y'all want from a black woman. We are a $1 billion industry, and we don't even have the rights to our own culture, which is a shame. So to Am Cole, you continue to strive, my sister. You have changed so many lives. It's a little girl watching you right now and seeing that your business closed and saying that, you know what, I'm gonna go over the hurdles. I'm gonna open my own makeup brand for my sisters. So don't think that you're a failure. I know she don't think that she's a failure, but you have inspired so many people. Like I said, somebody's gonna come behind you and pick up on what you started. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like this video, and thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.
Fantasy, me have comparison.